We took a bunch of guys, a lot of guys actually. I think this year we got what, 32 in total, or 30 is it? A
We've got
lot.
29 signed up right now. We've got 3 spots left. So, I mean, that's already
So
double what we had.
yeah, we took a bunch of guys out in the middle of the wilderness, 3 hours north of the Toronto Pearson Airport. We had a little bit of a rally up there, which was kind of fun. And then, you pack all your stuff into canoes and you just start going in the middle of nowhere up this river that takes you to a portage because there's a waterfall or rapids. You get all your shit out of the canoe, you carry it across land, you drop it on the other side. Once you clear the rapids, you get back in, you start paddling again, you set up a camp. And I mean, I can tell you this, guys, after the fact, because we were hauling all these bags in that CK packed in the canoes for us because he facilitated it. Like he's basically an outfitter, Christopher. And we didn't know it at the time, but we ended up carrying in 2 saunas, which weren't super heavy, but the rocks were heavy, the stoves were heavy. But the actual physical saunas were basically fishing huts that were insulated, that were converted, to run a sauna. So we had that as a little bit surprise. Great food. I don't mind saying this, we had a psilocybin trip while we were out there. We were talking on social media. I think I was doing a Q&A while I was traveling last week when I went to Wisconsin to do that deer hunt. And somebody wanted me to talk about mushrooms and psilocybin. And that's one of the integrations that occurred during that trip. Some plant medicine, if I can put it that way. And it's a great way to connect with nature and unplug from bullshit. Because as a guy, your computers, your screens, your laptops, your smartphones, everybody's connected to you, everybody. And when you get out in the middle of the wilderness and, Moff busts out the focus mitts and the pads and we start hitting those and, going out on these adventures, day trips, the way food and snacks are all packed, the way food is prepared, how you spend your time there. It's not invigorating. I can't use invigorating as a word to describe it, but it's peaceful. I think everybody connected with something. We all found something. We all left that. I told you guys when just before we left. Like when we were packing up all the canoes, I was telling you guys, you're probably going to find that this place will get in your blood, right? That you're going to want more. That you're probably going to crave it. That there's something out there in the wilderness because there's nothing out there. There's no lights. There's nothing. There's no electricity. Nothing. You shit in a box. You lift up a lid and you sit on a box and you shit in a hole. And that's how you go to the bathroom. It will probably get in your blood. And I think just about everybody found that. And that's why there was such a huge calling for another event for this spring as well in the park with a larger group. And I think there was even a couple of guys that after the trip, they went back like a few months later. I think one of the guys actually went back with his girl and even proposed to her in the park or something like that.
Yeah. A couple of guys went back and they, one guy took his chick up there and 2 guys from the 10% went back up there in, I think either September. No, it was October and there was snow up there. I mean, and the pictures were awesome. And I mean, everybody, the medicine is part of the experience. It just takes it to that next level. Day one is sort of your departure from the real world and you're still trying to get your bearings and you're worried about getting dirty and you're like, oh, I'm all clean. I don't want to step in the water. And you got to get over, then you get over that. And then, you wake up after the first night and you feel like shit. You didn't sleep very well and you got to figure out what that's like. And then day 2, you're kind of getting your bearings. And then,
there's this inner bitch that we all have that tries to tell us what to do, and you end up conquering that thing out there. That's what you do.
Yeah. And some guys, there were a few guys that were not going to do the medicine, I think, coming in. We gave them the option to prepay and say if they wanted to do it, but we obviously gave them the option right up until we were going to be taking the medicine. And every single person that wasn't going to do it originally ended up doing it. Now, not everybody did a hero's dose. Some guys just took, a little bit just to kind of get a feel for it. But a couple guys went back and had a real hero's dose. Like obviously you and I had hero's dose like lined up right off the bat.
Yeah.
And a couple guys went back for seconds, so to speak. And I think there's only one guy that chose to abstain, that was originally going to do it, and it just wasn't the right time and mental place for him. But there were some guys like shook hands with demons, man. And there were some guys that had some unfinished business up there in the woods, and they went back. And now it's kind of like a cornerstone event. We're doing it again this coming May. We're going to do an extra day. It's going to be 5 days instead of 4. It's definitely going to be both more physically challenging and more mentally challenging because we're picking up and breaking camp every day instead of just twice. Or setting up camp for the whole duration and then leaving. It's going to be a lot more paddling, a lot more portaging. So guys are going to have to get ready. But I'm stoked. Yeah, we've got 30-something guys are going to be out there. And it's just a testament to guys that, show up and want to be part of something. So it's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not looking forward to all the work.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to the time there. But I mean, like the work comes with the time there. So that's, it's one of the best things that we've done last year. I mean, aside from the road trips and the rallies, which I really enjoy. But those are one of the best trips that we had. All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.